Today's talk is about inner calmness, inner happiness. Why is it so important? For me, it has been a major game changer. Why? It's helped me stay focused, helping me focus on what I want, helping me be more productive, helping me in my relationships to keep a nice calm and growing and prosperous thing. I find when my mind is active, super active, going being born with ADHD, the mind's going. So once I've learned inner happiness, inner calmness, I'm able to enjoy life a lot more. You know, there's always work in progress. One of the main tools that I use is mindfulness. What is mindfulness? It's living in the present moment, not worrying about the future, not worrying about the past, or getting hooked into those. Our mind is what? It's recording or playing the old song of what's wrong, what's no good. So what that means is you're stuck in negativity. By being mindful, being present, you're actually open now to looking for the good, letting go of the negative patterns that are holding you back. Don't get me wrong, same thing can happen. When you're mindful, you can have an old pattern that is positive. By being mindful, you can actually sort these things out instead of focusing on the one thing that didn't work out. You could have had 10 times things worked out and one time it didn't, and then you get hooked into that one time. So being mindful, you know 10 times 10 you can do it. Many ways it can be very productive. Now if we really look at some things, you get a task at hand and you think, oh no, I can't do it. But then you can look at it again and say, well, I've done this task many times before. Many times before I've been very successful at it. So let's focus on calming the mind down, focusing on knowing what to do, what procedures do I need to get involved in it. It keeps it very positive and calm. And people around us can feel that as well, and then they can get hooked into it and be more focused on it as well. One of the techniques you can say, but I just can't let go. You might be true, but you want to keep saying you can't let go? Then what? You're stuck in an old habit. Come back to present and focus on what do I need to learn, what do I need to do to change the habit of what's at the moment. You might have to learn some more. It might be simple things of learning how to breathe in and out, how to focus your mind on things you do like. Find little wins, like, okay, I haven't been able to do it exactly like this before, but when I've done something similar, guess what? It turned out, okay, it might have been a bit of a struggle, okay, but now I've got knowledge of it. And before I didn't have the knowledge, now I've gained knowledge. Let's apply that knowledge to the new situation. Very simple things. What are we doing? Finding the good at the present instead of getting hooked into the bad of the past. And what happens then? You see that and the mind starts to calm down. Allowing the happiness to come in, allowing the calmness to come in. It's so much more joyful. And they say, when you're in the zone of being very productive, what are you focusing on? The end tasks. So all you're doing is spending all your energy on the tasks at hand. So you're being present, okay, got to do this, got to do that to make it happen, and then we'll put it all together and you end up with a nice puzzle. Instead of like, oh, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. Is that actually putting it together, or is that still keeping it apart? We have choices. Okay, it may be true you don't know how to do it. But by saying I don't know how to do it, is that going to help create it? How does the body feel? How does the mind feel? You feel agitated. Okay, let's try and work out, what do I have to learn? Who do I need to call? Maybe I have to look something up. Maybe if I spend a few seconds, take myself out of the picture and look at it, I can work it out myself. But you've got to take yourself out of it and like look down on the situation and be an observer. That's part of being mindful once you become an observer. And how does the body feel? Nice and calm. You become an observer of the whole thing instead of being the victim in there. Take the victim mode out, come back out and be the observer. Like somebody when they're talking to you, they're not always emotionally attached to you, they're trying to help you. So that person is what? Looking from a distance, looking in and observing and looking at it. So we have to learn how to do that. I know myself, you zoom back out, look at the situation. Okay, I know this, I know that. I got to put this part and this part together to make it happen. It could be making food. It could be writing something out. It could be How do I help my kids? How do I help my relationship? There's many areas, and guess what happens? You start seeing that, it's like, oh, I can relax, I can calm, I can make this thing happen, I can make it work. And you become calm, and the people around you are like, whoa, this is a nice situation to be in. So it's a win-win situation. You distress the body, you distress the mind. You can enjoy the beautiful things in life. Look out the window. Go for a walk and say, wow, look at those amazing things. Calm it down. It's like, okay, maybe everything's not that bad. Maybe there's some nice goodness out there that I can enjoy and take on and experience. You know, experiences are beautiful, the negative and positive. But the object is to have more positive ones. The more positive we have, then guess what? We're magnetic. We're going to try and bring in more and more, because the body's going to say, oh, the mind and body's going to say, wow, I enjoy that. Let's bring it on. And the inner calmness comes back. The peace, the joy. No, just by making sure your jaw's relaxed, your shoulders, simple things like that. Focus the mind. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay, let's just take it back for a minute. Observe out. Let's take a breath. Let's focus on a place that you enjoy. Break that record that keeps playing over and over again that's stuck, that you don't want. Do we fight it? It's been there for a while. Going to be pretty strong in there. Let's try and divert it to something that we do want. By diverting it is what? We're going to reprogram it to make that a strong path. That old habit is going to be there, but let's use a new one. It's going to take time, okay? Remember, life goes up and down. And with those up and downs, find the middle way. But even when the downs, it's like, okay, we can still look at, say, we've got to find the solution. When we find the solution, we can go back up. Or we can bet the low and keep going down and down, so I'm stuck, I'm hopeless, this is no good. That's just instating what you don't want. Let's instate what you do want and turn it around and bring it back up. And enjoy the ride. Okay, I'm down, but this is another opportunity for me to grow. An amazing thing, you have a choice to grow, to be a better person, to feel more calm and happy inside. Many, many choices you have. It's so nice that we have choices. Let's use them. Use them to our advantage. Apply them. I'm not talking about making big steps. Let's take little steps, just those little wins. Like, wow, normally I get hooked into this. This time I didn't. Thank you very much. What a great win. I went outside and noticed something nice and beautiful. Wow, nice little win. I got up this morning. I was actually able to enjoy getting up and get going. Thank you for that. All these little choices, little wins we have. Thank you very much. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. Hit the like button. And if you want further details or want to go to the next stage of learning how to bring in inner happiness, please let me know.